When you hear the word art, what immediately comes to mind? Do you imagine a popular painting? Something you saw at a museum or a search online? Do you think of the artist who made it? About his struggles, his thoughts? How about the process to make the painting? The time, the money, the failure, and success? Could you dedicate yourself to it? Could you pick up a brush, a clump of clay, or a camera and sculpt anything you want? Are you an artist? Art is based entirely around perspective, how we see or want to see the world around us. It is our own language of sight, sound, touch, smell, and thought. It is the most expressive language in the world, besides body language. Art is the loudest instrument in any orchestra, opera, or play, an instrument that is utilized by thousands of neurodiverse individuals, whose voices are quieter than others. Wyatt is one of those voices. Wyatt is an artist and a personal friend of mine. We've known each other for quite a while, but he has been an artist long before we met. He is very adept at drawing and painting, and has grown an affinity for painting egg cartons specifically. There's something very profound about how he paints his cartons. Each spot of paint requires heavy focus. There's hesitation and factors to consider when combining colors. It's almost ritualistic watching him paint, watching him inspect his canvas and decide what color goes where, what patterns should be present. As I watched him paint, it made me wonder what he sees that I don't. I noticed that when you watch someone work, they possess a stoic face, a face of focus, dedication, and determination. You can see something similar on the face of a cubicle worker or lawyer, but it's not the same. This is a zone of thought where the metaphysical becomes physical, where all ideas are less important than your vision. It's a foundation you build off of and create from. It is highly evident that Wyatt possesses the same zone. Besides painting cartons, Wyatt also likes to paint portraits of various sizes, all of which possess a mix of surrealist coloring and abstract realism. They're all very wonderful. Each one is more lively than the last, and once you've seen one, you can't help but not see the rest. It's very much a collage of ideas, various images of perspective, various objects and scenes seen in different ways. It's not just a gallery of the same picture with different colors. They're all different and appear like they're all part of Wyatt's experiment to make the perfect painting. While filming this short film, Wyatt has taught me that art isn't just a hobby, nor a job. It's a lifestyle. It's something that you dedicate yourself to do. To make something you and others find beautiful.
Hi audience, it's Gaiber, the Autistic Traveler, and today I'm going to give you a tour of the Grammy Museum. Enjoy the music and the Grammys.
Welcome to the Grammy Museum. The Grammy Museum is an interactive, educational museum devoted to the winners of the Grammys. The museum has interactive touchscreens, video recording booths, and historic artifacts, including costumes and instruments, and audio and visual recordings, as well as handwritten notes from the artists themselves. Interesting, isn't it? In addition to the famous Grammy Museum in downtown Los Angeles, there is a museum in Cleveland, Mississippi. Who knew, everyone? As well as in Memphis, Tennessee, and a Grammy Museum experience in Newark, New Jersey. Interesting coincidence. The Grammy Museum opened up in December 2008 and coincides to the 50th Grammy anniversary. In addition to the Grammy Museum, this place has held over 300 educational events, including programs for young students who want to become artists. Wow, look at the famous Michael Jackson. Interesting fact, you know, anyone who's been to downtown LA Live, the movie This Is It was the first movie that premiered at the Regal there. And I worked at the Regal in Calabasas at the time, and I remember it being advertised like crazy, LA Live. What a great promotion. This place focuses on music events such as Metallica. Look at some of the suits from musical legends such as Beyonce and Whitney Houston. Much like other museums, the Grammy likes to change exhibits. Some exhibits have included the Cirque du Soleil show from the Beatles, Bob Marley, James Brown, Barbra Streisand, the history of heavy metal, Whitney Houston, Ringo Starr, Backstreet Boys, Amy Winehouse. Wow, you see the Mike Herb thing over there? You know, I went to CSUN, and there was a college called the Mike Herb Center of the Arts, which hosted my alma mater, and I got a degree in screenwriting from CSUN. So now we're exploring Peggy Lee. Wow, she lived an interesting life. Look at some of her accomplishments. Her most noticeable one was Lady and the Tramp. And now look at Bob Marley, a family of his legacy. If you're lucky, you might get to see a special guest such as John Legend and others perform for their fans. And of course, members get priority over non-members. I mean, look at the awards these artists won for best records. I'd be happy if this video won an award. I hope you will appreciate my videos so I can win an award like them. Looks like the Grammys decided to give the Latin artists a chance by advertising their work and showing what they're made of and what inspired them to be the musicians that they are today. And Latins do a good job at performing, and they make their audiences really happy. The Latin community have been composing for the Grammy Museum for over 20 years, and this focuses on some of their accomplishments that got them their Grammys. Latin music has had an international influence, and they feel honored to be partners with the Grammy Museum, according to CEO Gabriel Aroa Jr. Some of the artists who are honored include Ricky Martin, Luis Fonsi, Juan Gabriel, Alejandro Sanz, and Julieta Venegas. I guess this is the award ceremony that the Grammys based on giving their artists their awards. I mean, look at the red carpet event. One day I hope to be on the red carpet for the Oscars, or in this case, the autism community. I hope to win a video with my documentaries, with me being me presenting my awards. Look at this exhibit that has to do with a lot of controversial issues that are happening today, such as defunding the police because of what happened with George Floyd 2 years ago. Like now they're talking about the 1965 watts. I hope you had a good time with me at the Grammy Museum. Do yourself a favor. Instead of drive and spend money on gas, take the metro. It's cheaper and more energy efficient. Even me coming from Orange County, I take the metro partially after 30 miles of driving there. On the Harbor Transit line.
Thank you, audience, for joining the Grammy Museum. I hope you got an idea of some of this music and what inspired it. I had a good time taking you here.
This is a story about a boy named Mace. Mace lived in a small town where everyone's hair was gray. Not only was everyone's hair gray, but so was everything around. The sidewalks, the houses, and even the sky was gray. Except Mace, whose hair was bright yellow. When Mace was born, his parents were surprised that he had yellow hair and knew that he was full of magic. They tried to help Mace to fit in with the gray-haired people, but they knew that Mace was born to do something special. Mace was so kind that he didn't notice when people treated him different, until one day when Mace tried to join the gray sidewalk painting team. What no one knew is that out in the confusion and loneliness, a magic was starting to grow. Mace had a superpower, and the secret wasn't his yellow hair, it was his open heart. Everyone who saw the colorful sidewalk and Mace's hard work and yellow hair suddenly understood what was missing. Their eyes were open to all the beauty that had been free from them all along, if they could just accept the differences. That day, the town began to change, and the magic became real. Mace no longer felt unaccepted because the gray-haired townspeople learn to love each other's differences. This is a story for everyone. Color your world, be yourself, be kind, and don't ever be afraid to shine.
Animation. I am definitely so excited that I am going to New York tomorrow, because my short film, The Home Office, it's going to be shown at the Marvel of Media Awards at the Museum of the Moving Image. All right, we just finally arrived in New York at the JFK airport.
For Marvels of Media Mockumentary Award goes to Dani Bowman.
I am Dani Bowman. I am the founder and chief executive officer of Animation Entertainment, an animation company that I started when I was 14 years old. And yes, I have autism. I started Animation because I wanted to show my neurodiverse peers that anything is possible. Because, you see, I realized that everyone needs role models. You can't be it if you can't see it. We at Animation are here to represent our autism and neurodiverse community to show the world that yes, we can, and that we are capable if we are given the opportunity. Our challenge was to come up with a 5-minute short film in just 5 days. Out of 94 films entered worldwide to Easter seals, we won for Best Editor. It was so amazing that our team of 9 who are or were my Animation students on the autism spectrum. We all came from different parts of the world, including England, Florida, Arizona, and California, to produce this film via Zoom during the pandemic, and our entire team stepped up to the plate. So we have I have 3 team members on stage with me, Brenna Berner, who is the writer, and we have Keaton Bicknell, who did the original score and also voiced 2 characters, the manager and Marco the elf, and Morgan Knapp, one of my animation students, who animated and provided sounds for her character, the HR Dragon. Our other team members that are not here are the animators and the students, Archer Rito, Mark Matawad, Kira M, and Phoebe Clark, the background designer, Delane Owen, our neurotypical story editor and animator, Christopher Castillo, and our assistant editor and special effects artist, Paul Gomez. I usually enter different film challenges with my students in order to teach them how to work in teams and meet deadlines. It's just part of what we do at Animation. Thank you again for allowing us to be here so that others like us and the world can see what we can do. You can't be it if you can't see it. If someone would have told me 16 years ago when I first found out that I had autism, that I would be standing on that stage, receiving an award on behalf of my company, Animation, and my animation students, I would have thought they were crazy. How could a girl who was nonverbal till age 6 and was diagnosed with classical autism and verbal apraxia, who was told that she would never amount to anything, accomplish this? How could this girl have her film displayed at the Museum of the Moving Image in New York? How could she create a company who now has worked with over 2,000 students? How could she develop a program for one-on-one students? How could she employ people with autism? How could she teach animation at many summer animation camps worldwide? Would you have believed it? I know I wouldn't have. Sometimes I still have to pinch myself. I am Dani Bowman, founder and CEO of Animation Entertainment. We at Animation entertain, educate, elevate, and employ people with autism with a goal to help them learn to turn their passion into a career. Hopefully, it will be animation, but it doesn't have to be. We just want to make it better for them. In my next segment, I will talk about how I got to be where I am today. So ignite the magic with us at DanimationEntertainment.com or follow us on our social media.
Hello, my name is Jordan.
I like anime, manga, my favorite color is purple. Oh, and I love to draw. I'm nice and loyal to others. I respect, people's needs. I try to be a good friend and care for them, when they're having a bad day. When I draw, I wish my drawings could come to life and use their powers to help others. One night, I had this dream that I was in a cave. I walked deep in this dark cave and I saw a wise old man. He walked up to me and said,
"The chosen one is you, but with greater power comes greater responsibility."
The old man then disappeared into dust. I woke up and saw something strange on the night table next to me. It was a magic purple pencil. A bright light was shining on it. All of a sudden, a voice out of nowhere said,
"The chosen one is you. You are now the master of the magic pencil. Use it wisely."
With this new power, I will draw heroes to help save the world. I will unleash the power within me, helping my family, my friends, anyone in need. I love my life.
Yes, 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 yes.
I used to be scared of fireworks, they were loud and booming.
I was once scared of creepy movies.
You were such a good friend when you put your arm around me.
You told me everything would be alright.
Now we've overcome our fears. All we need are friends, so cheers. Cheers to love and having fun. Cheers to fixing our hearts. Cheers to healing everyone. Cheers to fixing our hearts. Theme parks used to terrify me.
Heights put me on edge, going up so high.
You were such a good friend to be by my side.
You told me everything would be alright.
Now we've overcome our fears. All we need are friends, so cheers. Cheers to love and having fun. Cheers to fixing our hearts. Cheers to healing everyone. Cheers to fixing our hearts.
Hey, remember that time we watched Jaws? Jaws! I was so scared of that shark.
Well, I told you it's not real, it's just a movie. So it's nothing to be scared of.
Oh yeah, you're such a good friend.
Thanks.
Now we've overcome our fears. All we need are friends, so cheers. Cheers to love and having fun. Cheers to fixing our